Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's so beautiful out here. God, it smells so nice too. Ugh. This is gonna be a little bit different. Hold on, let me show you guys how beautiful it is out here. I can't, but I can, definitely can. But I'm walking up to a little mountain. It's not really a mountain, but they call it a mountain. But just thinking about collective action versus individual action and how we seem to be our own jailers in so many different situations. I don't know. It's so crazy to me that we don't see how much control, how much power we hold as individuals. And there's always this theme and words that people like to speak when it comes to taking any sort of action in any fashion to stop awful, terrible things from happening, right? We say we can't because we're an individual. What can I do? I'm just one person. I don't have any power. Me doing that's not going to do anything. And it's like, that's such, I don't say this with love, but it's such a small way of thinking, because the fact of the matter is there is no collective action without individual action. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason the collective action is even a thing is because individuals make a decision, make a choice to move differently. They decide that they are going to boycott certain products. They decide and choose to attend and go to a protest. And it's like, yeah, sure, you have people who lead these different things and organize these things, right? But that's still an individual choosing to start that kind of thing up. But at the end of the day, there is no protest, there's no collective action happening if the individual is not making a choice. And it's like, if everyone thought that way, I remember a professor who talked about how there's like, over the course of like our history, at least in the United States, probably elsewhere too, maybe not, I don't know. But it's always been, I'm pretty sure he said like 1% of the population is what, oh my God, I'm going to show you guys these flowers. 1% of the population is what actually upholds, who are the people who get out and like make noise and do stuff, the people who actually get change to happen. It's like 1%. Okay, hold on, let me show you guys. Aren't those gorgeous? Oh my God. They're so cute. So, that's beautiful. But in that respect, it's just kind of crazy, because if everyone thinks that way, that they as an individual have no power, then yeah, you're not going to have any power, because you're not going to try to execute anything because you don't think that you can. It's kind of like manifesting, right? Like you don't actually believe in yourself. You don't actually think that something is going to, the thing that you're trying to manifesting is actually going to come into fruition. You don't actually believe it, then of course it's not going to. And it's the same thing. If you think that you have no power, no control, you're not even going to take any action steps. So of course you're going to have no power, no control. You're not going to be able to make any sort of change in society. But it's like, all it takes is a bunch of individuals acting in order to form a collective, in order for there to be actual change. Like, imagine something so simple as boycotting. And this is why it's like hard for me to understand. And I understand it's like something that makes people have to choose to move differently. People have to put in a little bit more effort, and especially in this country, we've kind of made it really easy for people to not want to exert themselves in any way, shape, or form. I mean, we got freaking food delivery from restaurants, for God's sake. It's crazy. Can't just get in your car and drive down there anymore. But we're just so lazy with everything, and it's like intentional, right? The shortening of the attention spans, the 1 day prime delivery, you need it now, and it's just like, it's crazy. Like, you don't even need those things right away. Like ordering things off a line as opposed to trying to go to a store and buy them. And I understand, trust me, I understand, it's a lot easier to order things online nowadays, because oftentimes it's hard to find things you even want if you're looking for something specific in a store. But trust me, you can find them. You can find them. You just got to be a little patient and put in a little work and a little effort. Some things are easier than others. But all this is to say, it's just like, you have power. I have power. And it doesn't take a lot. It really just takes us choosing to exercise what's in our control, right? Like, yeah, you might have to stop shopping at the grocery store you've always shopped at. Maybe start supporting small businesses. You find your local butcher, or you find your local farmer. You go to farmers markets, which is once a week, so you got to plan things out a little more. There's just so many different little ways. You go to a protest when you're able to go to a protest. You do the things that people are asking you do when you're able to. But it's like, we overcomplicate things because we live in a society that's just like built on instant gratification. And it's so sad. Like, we disconnect people from like everything. We disconnect people from each other. Like, even the fact that like everything is streamed now, even music. It's just like, I wish that you were not allowed to buy at least movies. No buying movies on TVs. No streaming movies on TVs. Like, if you want a movie, bring back fucking Blockbuster. Go down to your local Blockbuster and get a movie. It's like fun. It's an experience. You're interacting with humans. Like, and it's just like, I don't know. We also have too much at our disposal. But you guys, we have power. We really do. We just got to choose to exercise it and stop telling ourselves that we can't do anything about it. Because if a bunch of us act as individuals, that's all it takes. And that's where self-love comes in. Because we can only care to act, care to move differently on behalf of others when we love ourselves fully, truly, and deeply. We can't show up for others. We can't even care to show up for others in a way that we don't even show up for ourselves. That's why this world needs to heal. That's why this world, sorry, there's bugs out here. That's why we as individuals need to heal ourselves. Heal ourselves. Heal ourselves. We heal the world, you guys. All you have to do is go inward. If we all healed and worked on ourselves, we wouldn't even need to take all the actions, because things would just be right. We would make sure they're right, because everyone would be a healed version of themselves. There would be no war. There would be no starvation. There'd be no destroying of this beautiful planet. Go inside yourself. It's all in our control. It's all in your control. Love you guys so much. Let me share this because it's so beautiful.
I could die out here right now and I'd be happy. You guys hear all the birds? There was a quote from a movie I watched recently. It said there are 2 ways to live your life, as though nothing is a miracle, or as though everything is. Sure words were never spoken. I love you guys. Have a great night. Mwah.